From the Newstalk ZB newsroom, this is Newsfix.
In this update, fire crews are on the ground in Whitireia Park, Titahi Bay in case of another flare-up. A large 10-hectare blaze began late on Thursday, sending a veil of smoke over the Porirua area. It was contained around midday yesterday. Incident controller Glenn Thompson says crews are utilising hotspots to create a buffer zone before the wind picks up.
Their goal is strengthening that containment line so that if there are any flare-ups, we've got a good containment around the actual fire.
A stark contrast in weather between the North and South Islands this weekend. Met Service has issued an orange heavy rain warning for areas of Fiordland and Westland from later tonight. Southland, including Stewart Island, is already covered by strong wind and rain watches. Meteorologist John Law says while parts of the south are not looking the best, a heat warning applies to Auckland today. He says the highest temperatures in the North Island will be around the east coast, with 29 and 30 degrees forecast for many areas. United States officials say the aim of their attack on Houthi rebels was to deter them. The US and UK have launched military strikes in Yemen in response to the Iran-backed group's attacks on shipping in the Red Sea. Following the attacks, the Houthi threatened that all American British interests have become legitimate targets for the Yemeni armed forces. Pentagon Press Secretary General Patrick Ryder says the US is using responsible, deliberate methods to try to ensure they can deter future Houthi attacks. The wedding of former Prime Minister Dame Jacinda Ardern is underway in Hawke's Bay. Dame Jacinda's marrying long-term partner Clark Gayford at a vineyard. Several current and former Labour MPs are among the guests, including opposition leader Chris Hipkins and his partner Tony Grace. Herald reporter Neil Reid is in Hawke's Bay and says the wedding's captured a lot of interest.
There's been numerous cars that have just been coming by, stopping, taking photos. I think the fact that the vineyard's gates have been closed all day, apart from people who are allowed to get in, and quite a strong sort of security and police presence have tipped off a lot of people exactly what's going on.
That's news. In sport, Alejandro Tabilo came through qualifying to win his first career ATP title today and says it's been a crazy story. The Chilean left-hander beat Japan's Taro Daniel in the most unlikely men's final at the ASB Tennis Classic, featuring two unseeded players. Daniel's praising Tabilo's unwavering accuracy.
I think he played a perfect match, and I was starting to find the solution in the second, but didn't. I had a couple opportunities which I got a little bit tight.
There's been another tied game in the T20 Super Smash women's cricket competition. The Wellington Blaze made 109 for 7, batting first against the Central Hinds at the Basin Reserve. In reply, the Central women were all out for 109 on the last ball of the 19th over. That's sport. I'm Joe Gilfillan.
For more news, listen to Newstalk ZB live on iHeartRadio.